Hello, welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build a simple web page using Elementor. This is version 2.6.7. There might be an update by the time you watch this, but as of right now, that is the latest, I think. To check that, you click on plugins. Yep, that is the okay. There we go, 2.6.8 is what we're showing. Okay, so this is on an existing website. It's on my blog actually, and it's not very active right now, so I'm going to use it to show you. So we're going to go to Add New. And then we're just going to name this tutorial. For our purposes, it really doesn't matter what you name it, but if you're building a website, it does. If you're doing the home page, you want to name it home. If you're doing contact page, name it contact. Whatever you want that URL to be, so it'll be your URL / whatever you call your page. So make sure it's something simple, something that's easy to remember for your viewers. Okay, so we're going to click on Publish. Okay, so like I said in a previous video, you do not have to use a page editor. They're just very handy, especially Elementor. Elementor is pretty easy to use. I prefer it. I like Elementor. I also like Divi, and I will make a separate tutorial on Divi. Okay, so this is our page. This is our tutorial page. And if we view the page, we'll see that there's nothing on it except for a header and a footer. So we need to put something in here. So we're going to go back. And then we're going to go to Edit with Elementor. Now, if Divi was installed, I would have that option also. It would say Edit with Divi. Usually, whatever page builder that you have installed, it will give you the option to edit with it. Okay, so the first thing I do whenever Elementor loads is set the page up, and that goes into settings, and I always hide the title, which I do believe it's doing anyway, but it'll hide where it says tutorial. And we're going to set this up as Elementor full width. The page builder full width had, I'm not sure if you saw it, but on the screen before it had that sidebar. I really don't like the sidebar, not for this page anyway, so we're going to set this to Elementor full width. Elementor full width has the header and it has the footer. If you were to pick Elementor canvas, that would go away. And it would literally just be a blank page. So I'm not sure why people pick that, because you can't really navigate from there. So I usually always go with Elementor full width. So we're going to build a web page. We're going to build from scratch, and then I'll show you how to build one using one of the Elementor templates. So we're going to update that because we made a change. You always want to make sure that you're hitting update often, because I've been in so many situations where I've made so many changes and then I screwed something up, and yeah, I lost about a half an hour, 45 minutes worth of work, and that is not fun. So make sure that you're always updating and you're always saving. So we're ready to add our first widget. Well, they call them widgets, but they're like elements. So we're going to hit the plus. You can either hit the plus button and select your structure. Or if you're going to use this structure, you can just go here and drag what you need to go there. But we're going to make this a header. This is going to be a main image with a title over it. So we're just going to select what we need here. And there it is. And then this middle part right here is the settings for this entire thing. Here, this is to exit it out. It's to delete the whole section. And this plus sign is to add a section above this. So we're going to set up this by adding a background image. But first we're going to stretch the section. That stretches the section from the middle all the way out to the side. And we're going to make sure that this is full width. If it was boxed, it wouldn't quite be all the way out. You would probably have about 20 pixels, I would say, of padding, of margin, I'm sorry, on the left and the right. So we want this to be full width. We want it to be a full width image up top. So we're going to stretch this section and go full width. And under style, we want a background image. I have no idea what background images are in this thing, so I guess we'll find out together. So we'll choose the image. Let's choose this. That looks good. Now you can't really see it right now because there's nothing in there. You can put something in there, or what I like to do first, first let's position this. We're going to keep that as default. Attachment, scroll. The default is scroll, but if you want to get that parallax effect, you would go to fixed, and I'll show you that here in a second. We do not want our background repeating, so we're going to go to no repeat, and our size we're going to cover, and that literally like makes the image cover that. Okay. So we're going to go back to layout, and we're going to go to height, min height, and that'll let us control what the height is. So we'll do that. I kind of like that. I kind of like that size. And we're going to move the image up a little bit. So we're going to go to update because I'm paranoid like that. And then we're going to go back to style where our background image is. These are all the controls for the background image, and we'll just mess around with the position. Right now it's on default, so if we go, we're going to move it up a little bit, so we'll see what center looks like. And that's perfect. That looks exactly right. If we went to like bottom center, it would move it up even more. Top center is, I do believe, what we were looking at before. So center looks the best, so that's how we'll keep it. And I'm just in the habit of hitting update. It's a good thing. It's great. So what we're going to do next is put a heading there. So you can't really see it, but there is a plus sign here where you can add an element. So you can either hit the plus sign, and that will take you back here. So we're going to drag a heading into there. Do you see where it lit up blue? That's exactly wherever it lights up blue is where it's planning on putting whatever you're dragging into it. So we're going to name this heading. Company name, or yeah, we'll call it company name. And then we get to play around with this. We're going to put this in the center. And then we're going to change the size to large, extra large. That'd be cool. And we're going to keep it blue because I like the way that blue is. But to change the color, we would just go here. Actually, you know what? We're going to change it a little bit to match more of the water. There. If you have a hex color, if you know what colors you want on your website and you know the codes that go with it, you can literally copy and paste a hex code right here and it'll go directly to the color that you want. So we're going to update that. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it a little more dramatic. Okay. Okay, I like that. So now we're going to go back to our elements. This right here is your menu, your Elementor menu, and these right here, this will always take you back to the widgets that are available. So we're going to put a button underneath company name. Okay, it's just letting me know about an upgrade. Okay, so apparently I had to upgrade Font Awesome's library because I updated my Elementor. So we're going to take this here and drop it here. And then from here we can put it in the middle. We can change its size. We're going to make it medium. And then here we're going to make it call now. Okay. So here for the link, there's a couple things that we can do. We can put an actual link in there. We can link to a web page or wherever we want it to go. Or because I have call now in there, what we like to do is make that an auto dialer. Since most people visit web pages on their phones, it's a very good idea to make the button an auto dialer. So that way when they click on call now, it'll pop up on their phone, would you like to call, blah, 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 and then they just click OK and it calls. So in order to set that up, we're going to get rid of this hashtag and we're going to put tell, colon, and the phone number. So we'll put that as 555 555 5555. Make sure you don't put any like dashes in there or anything. And then click on update. So we're going to change the color of the button also. And that's the background color. And we are going to change it to more of the color that's in. There, that looks great. Okay, and now what I want to do is add an overlay to this background just so that you can see our words more often. So remember when I said this middle section is for the main section. So we're going to click on that again. And we're going to go to Style. And we're going to go to Background Overlay. Background type. We want a color, so we're going to make it black. And that looks good. Because it's an overlay, it's already slightly transparent. We can make it more transparent by messing with this little slider here. But I kind of like the way it was. Not too dark. Okay. Okay, so that's our header. You can add whatever you want there. You can add you can add text underneath here. Just you can put it on top, you can put it on bottom, you can put it under, whatever. But this is basic, so we're just going to build a basic page. So the next thing that we're going to add is, let's add 3 little paragraphs. So we're going to select this structure, and just like up here, we're going to change the structure down here. We're going to stretch the section, but this time I don't want it all the way across the page. I do want a little bit of margin on the sides. You can't see anything because I didn't put it there. So we're going to keep the content width as boxed, and I will show you when we're done what that looks like. So we have a 3-column section here. We're going to go up here, and we'll put, let's see, what should we do? We'll put a heading there. Center it. And for here, we're going to put a heading here. Center that. Here we'll put another heading here. Center that. So I want to make these colors the same as here. So what you can do if you want to go back to here is just click there and then go to Style and get this hex color right here. So we're going to copy that, and then we're going to go back to here, click on Style, text color, and paste that there. Same thing with this one. Okay, and now we're going to add some text. Okay, now see how I just screwed that up? What you can do is click here on the pencil and drag it to wherever you want it to go. All of these elements, all you have to do is click and hold on the pencil icon and drag it to wherever you would like it to go. Okay, and in here, these are normal text editors. I'm sure you're familiar with these. You can add anything. Add any, wow, if I can type today. In here. You can also edit anything so that it looks the way that you want it to. And for that, by that, I mean, let's highlight this word. We can make it bold. We can change its color. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of space. Here, let me show you what we stretched the section, but we kept it boxed. This is what I mean. You see how they don't go all the way out here? It's stretched, but it's not all the way to the ends. Everything is in a nice little box. If you keep everything boxed, it'll stay in line as we go down. So we want to add a little bit of space between these blocks and this main image up here. So we're going to go to this section and go to Advanced, and we're going to adjust just the top margin, and that'll move it down a little bit. for our next section, let's add another. Let's see what we can add. We're going to stretch it. We're going to keep it boxed. Update. Let's put a full width text. So, to make this a little bit more dramatic, we're going to copy and paste this. Okay. There's that section. Once again, we're going to add a little bit of space. Okay, that looks good. And then we're going to add another section. Let's add a contact form. So here I'm going to pick this layout because I don't want it super wide, but then I don't want it very narrow either. So here we're going to stretch the section again. We're going to keep it boxed. And we'll click on this plus sign and add. I have a contact form installed in WordPress already. I like to use WP forms, so we're going to take this and drag it in the center. And then over here we'll just select our form that we want to use. There we go. Now it looks really strange in here. If you're going to use WP forms, just be aware that it's going to look kind of funny in the editor, but it won't look like that whenever you actually go to view your page. I don't know why it does that. And here you don't have to stick with these arrows if you don't want to. If you know what the number is, you can go ahead and type it in. That's our contact. And I promise you it doesn't look like that. Okay, if you ever want to look at the page, just go here and go to view page. Make sure you're updated down here. You see how it looks normal? Okay, so we're going to go back up and edit with Elementor. Okay, and then down here, let's just add a picture, which we don't want absolutely huge either. We want it kind of big, but not massively huge. So let's stretch the section again, update. And down here, especially with these three structures, there's more structures down here if you want to change it. So let's say we added an image here and it was super big and we didn't want it that big. We can select another structure. As long as it's three, all the three structures will show up here. So, okay, we're going to add an image. So we'll drag the image over. And what are we going to pick this time? Add this little vacation thingy down here. There. I'm going to hit update, and then we'll go over here to view what that looks like. And yeah, that's how you use the page builder Elementor to build whatever you want to. that's pretty much the gist of it. Probably be good to switch the contact form in this, but whatever. So next I'm going to show you how to use, let's delete all this. In order to delete, of course, you hit the X's. So we're going to delete all this. And let's say you're like, you know what, I'm not really good with design. So let me see what's available. Like, let me just see what templates are there. So you go into this little folder here, and you can either choose blocks, which are little blocks of, you know, like sections. If you want an FAQ, frequently asked questions block there, that's here. The main part, you can add that. Let's see if you insert this, it'll show you what it looks like. And then we can go ahead and insert that. And from here, you can literally edit it however you want to. That's how that looked. But, you know, you can go into here. You can stretch it. You can change the background color. Let's go with the dark. You know, you can come in here and see what that looks like. That looks great. You can come in here. We can change heading goes here. You can change that. Update. And then, you know, down here you can do the same thing. You can click on blocks, and some of these are pro. Now, if you plan on building a lot of web pages with Elementor, it is a good idea to just go ahead and upgrade to pro. You get, or the pro account, there's just a lot more options. You have access to all of these little templates in here. You don't really need to, but you know, if you build a lot of web pages and you know you like a lot, you know, shortcuts and whatever, if you just want access to everything, you can go ahead and upgrade. Let's say you like this section, and you're like, let's show everybody the creative team. You insert that. So you can literally go in here and change the pictures. You know, you can put the pie in there. Not that, you know, you might want to stick with people if you're going to show your creative team. But here you can change that styling. But yeah, you can pretty much do anything you want to here. Yeah, you can change the text here. You can get rid of the little line. But say you want a whole page layout. So we go back to the folder and you can choose pages. You can choose whole pages. Let's see. I'm into fitness, so let's go with this one. And here you can preview it to see kind of, you know, will it work out for you? You know, let's say you're like, yeah, I kind of like that. You can insert it. Hit this little arrow to check it out. Okay. And then, you know, just like with the little sections, you can change anything you want to. You can change this background image by go into here, you can go to style, switch this image out to, let's go with this. Let's say your business isn't even fitness. You can change whatever. Let's say you want that stretched out. Let's go back up to here. Go to layout, stretch section, full width. See what that looks like. I don't like full width, so we're going to go back to boxed. I don't like what that looks like. Yep, okay, cool. So that moved it over. That moved it back over. You can move these things around too. You can change any of this. Here you can change that. This is an image box, which is right here. This is the widget for these. You can go in and change those. But yeah, I think that's all about all I can show you as far as basic web page building with Elementor. I will create another one using Divi. I do like both of them. Lately I've been using more of Divi than Elementor, but I do absolutely love both of them. So yeah, if you like this video, let me know. Subscribe below if you haven't already. What is wrong with you if you're not? Please subscribe and click the like button if you found some value. And let me know what you think in the comments. I will get back to you, and I will see you in the next video.